Vismara. I'm from the University of Bergamo in Italy and also have an affiliation with the University of Ghent in Belgium. This is a paper on initial public offerings. I would say there's a natural motivation for doing that in the sense that after completing my studies, I worked at the Italian Stock Exchange, so I was involved in initial public offerings, so this is actually my field of interest and where I do conduct most of my research. This paper in particular is on the signaling in biotech IPOs. Basically, there are two pillars on which we build on. One is how to discern the quality of firms going public, so firms raising capital by listing on stock exchange. From one side, we know that firms that list with more reputable, more prestigious investment banks as underwriter are probably better. Same result for venture capital, so the better the tie with investment banks or venture capital, the better the quality of the firm is. On the other side, we do have a literature on biotech, where we know that, well, if you go out to form, I don't know, a biotech firm, basically you are usually related to some kind of association with a university, a hospital, so you can go out and launch a new app, but you don't really go out from scratch and start a new, discover a new vaccine, or so you usually work at university, hospital, any kind of research organization. What we did is to actually put together these two fields of research, and we looked at the how to discern the quality of firms going public in biotech. The main finding is actually that we know that venture capital and investment banks do provide a certification to the quality of the firm. But in case of biotech, we do have another party that is certifying the quality, which is a university. Basically, we argue that there are different domains, that quality is a kind of multifaceted concept, where you do have a quality in terms of business and finance, where if you are tied with more reputable banks, you are arguably of higher quality. But in case of biotech, it's also important to have some scientific capabilities. So firms that are launched by more reputable university are of higher quality. We do test this hypothesis and we find evidence of that, both in the short term, in the long term performance, which is also important as investors which invest in university-backed firms are actually doing the right choice in terms of long-term perspective. And the other point that we discover is that, well, which is actually, in my view, important for research, is that we disentangle whether this performance is due to the substantial benefit that the university is providing to affiliated firms, such as access to labs, to library, to skills in general, but also the signal is relevant in terms of pure information symmetry, in terms of if you are controlling for the kind of substantial benefit provided by the university, still a firm associated with a more prestigious university will perform better. In terms of implication, it depends on who's the reader. There's implication perhaps for investors. These are firms going public where ordinary people can invest, and we show some evidence of which type of firms can perform better and which kind of ties within biotech sector can perform better. There's hopefully some implication for people working at university or public research institutions, such as hospitals that also do research. These are of interest in the sense that only those affiliated with the best university are performing well. And also possibly there are some implications for policymakers in the sense that there are policies, especially in Europe, that actually foster the creation of academic spin-off. From one side, this is of course good. On the other side, it's also true that policies that indiscriminately finance and foster the creation of public spin-off are not necessarily good, in the sense that not all the spin-off are performing well. So some kind of spin-off will hardly see a long-term success.